mama sitting on the sidelines, not an option anymore.
Hi family, how are you? Today I am coming to you with another video, and I wanted to talk to you about just the trials and tribulations that we have in life. And what had come to me most and what's been ringing in my head all day is the theme verse from the daily sitcom, or it's not a sitcom, it's a soap opera that used to come on in the daytime, called Days of Our Lives. And the quote that always came across was, like sands of the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. And that just touched me, and I was like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. That was like free flowing, moving constantly. Sand is what just kept coming out to me. Sand, and then an hourglass, because as you take an hourglass and you flip it back and forth, it's like the sand just glides through it. It goes through the process of keeping time and things of that nature. But the sand is what just kept ringing through in my mind. And another thing that's been heavy on me this past week in such a profound way was Footprints in the Sand. The poem Footprints in the Sand was very strong in my spirit this week. I'm going to read it to you today, but it just made me think about all the goodness and the beautiful things that the Lord has done for me in my life. And it made me think about my good times and my bad times, what was going on with me, and how was I feeling at those different points. And when I think about the different points in my life, I realize that in my youth, I felt one way, but now that I'm older, I see things from such a different perspective, and I'm more open and more accepting of the things that happen, knowing that they aren't forever, knowing that it's a lesson to be learned in everything that I'm going through, whatever that time may be, whether it's a good time or a bad time. But I began to realize that the sand that I was going through at whatever given time, the way I was flowing through that hourglass, was I going fast? Was I going slow? Was I moving in the process the way I should have been moving in the process? So again, the Footprints in the Sand poem came to my mind, and I'm going to read it to you now. One day I dreamed a dream as I was walking along the beach with my Lord. Across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene, I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one to my Lord. After the scene of my life flashed before me, after the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand, and I noticed that at many times along the path of my life, especially the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of footprints. This really troubled me. So I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed during the saddest, most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you the most, you would leave me. He whispered, my precious child, I love you. I will never leave you. Never, ever. During your trials and tests, when you saw only one set of footprints, it is then I carried you. It is then I carried you. Just to know that in the darkest points of our lives, we are being carried by the Lord. He is holding us and protecting us through whatever we are going through. We just have to call out on Him to let Him know that we need Him in our darkest moments. It may be the hardest thing in the world to do. It may be the last thing that is on your mind, but I'm telling you today, you need to put that as the first thing on your mind. Call out unto the Lord and tell Him that you need Him when you are at your lowest points. And I promise you, He will provide. He never leaves you. Once you accept Him into your life and you follow through with His words, that does not mean perfection. By no means am I saying you will be perfect, because yet again, we are all sinners. That does not change, but you have to make a purposeful effort to do the right things in your life and to do the right things that are in the sight of God. But I say that to you is when you are going through low times, lowly moments, depression, sadness, you get bad results from the doctor, or you hear of a death of a loved one or a friend, you call on to the Lord. For when your heart is feeling troubled and when your mind is just all over the place, if you call on to the Lord, He will carry you through those dark and deep times in your life. He will be there to comfort you and to make sure that you're okay. So as you're sliding through that hourglass, the things of your life aren't as hurtful and troublesome, and you'll be able to get the lesson out of what it is that you're going through. Those dark moments can be horrifying. They can twist and turn you upside down, flip you inside out, and just have you feeling, oh my God, I can't make it. But if you just put your trust in the Lord, you can make it. Like the sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives, moving with ease, moving with purpose, moving in time. Like the sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. We are purposely here to move in time, to continue to go forth with your daily activities, and call upon the Lord and keep a prayer in your heart and in your mind that He is with you. He is there for you no matter what, your good times and your bad times. The Lord is with you. Just call on Him and He will carry you. And when you just need a friend, He will walk with you through thick and through thin. He will walk you through the beach and just enjoy your time with Him. And I mean, it feels so good to know that through all the things that I've been through in my life, that God has been there, either walking with me through those wonderful times or carrying me through when I was having times of sadness. And trust me, I have had my moments of sadness, but it just purifies my soul and purifies my spirit to know that He has carried me through and has been there to protect me. So again, remember, footprints in the sand, you are never ever alone. God is there with you. He is there carrying you, and He is there to protect you when you need Him the most. I thank you. I love you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel so you can get more and more inspiration and uplifting messages from me right here at Divine Push. I am here to help you go through a positive change in your life. Again, I thank you, I love you, and God bless you.